All right, guys, we're back. This is the second spot of the day. I'm really looking for eater fish to have a fish fry. Our first spot, we caught one 20 to 30 pounds and didn't have any other bites. So I moved, uh, trying a different spot. Cut shad. Hey, Big Mike. Cut shad for bait today. Uh, like I say, I'm trying to catch eaters for a fish fry, but so far only the big fish have been biting. Uh, I caught one close to between 20 and 30 and didn't have any more bites, so I moved spots. Uh, this spot here, I went ahead and put big baits on all four rods, and we'll just wait to see what happens. I'll give it about an hour, hour and a half here. If nothing happens, I'm going to move to another spot, and I'll just keep moving till I find active fish that are feeding. I'm really wanting to get enough to have a fish fry. I'm craving some fresh fish, especially after watching Mike Chavez cooking them on the Catfish Conference. Hey, Dave. Yeah, I'm back, Dave. I moved spots. I'm trying to get on some eater catfish, and so far the only bite I've had today was from a big catfish, but I'm trying to get on some eaters. I got pretty good sized bait on all four of the rods here. I have caught big fish here before, uh, so I'm just going to wait and see what happens. Fish may be a little slow moving around. Beautiful day, but this is the first time, or the first day, and I don't know how long we've actually had a south wind. It's been north wind for probably a week or more, and I finally got a south wind, so I'm hoping that gets everything switched around. Fishing these shallow backwater coves and stuff, because I know the water is going to heat up quicker first there. The last spot, uh, I didn't have any small ones up in there biting, just the big ones. But I moved closer to the main lake. Uh, Big Mike, I'm on Eureka Lake in southern Oklahoma. I got company pulling up down here. How's it going, fellas? Pretty. Nope. Nope. This is my second spot. Earlier, I was over by Walker Creek and set up over there, and within 10 minutes, caught one about 30 pounds, and then nothing for an hour and a half, and moved over here. I've only been here probably maybe 20 minutes. I got pretty good sized bait on over here. I have caught them over here, right here, and where this road cuts off and goes through the trees. There's another open spot right there, almost like a good camping spot. I caught them there, and I've caught them 20 plus here, but today so far nothing. I'm actually trying to catch me some nice eater fish for a fish fry so I can eat, and only the big ones have been all day. So Yeah, I imagine. I pulled up here and I noticed a lot of the banks breaking off. First time I've seen it here breaking off like that. It's got big old chunks down here that fell off. I don't know what happened here, but at times it's great. And with the temperatures warming up like this, I figure before long they're going to start pulling up into their spawning pattern and hit these shallow flats and stuff. And I figure the crappie are starting to move up now too. Uh, that's why I'm kind of trying to focus on the shallow water. But last week I was over by Chisholm Trail, and I never caught anything big there, but it was just one right after another. And after that ice melted, I guess that shad kill, they're just butterball fat. Every one of them you catch look like they're about to freaking explode. I don't know why they're still eating, but they are. Oh my God, their stomachs are just yeah, yeah. Their stomachs are just gorged, but they're still eating. So I figure I'm gonna try this spot and see if I can get anything to bite. I'd really like to take some eaters home. I know my wife. I got to bring her out tomorrow. Be nice to get on some fish, know where they're at when I bring her. It's been slow. I thought it was going to be a hot bite because, like I said, I wasn't there 10 minutes, and that sucker just folded that rod down and just hammered it down. I mean, I didn't set the hook. I didn't. He done hooked himself. He caught him on a big gizzard shad head, and they're hammering it. But if I like the heads better because I think it keeps that gut pocket up in there a little bit better, and it's harder to get off. Because you'll get a lot of them smaller ones, they'll come up there and just sit there and suck the gut pocket out of that belly part or the body pieces. That head, they'll knock the snot out of it. And I've got some about 14, 16 inches long. This head piece that I got on there is about 4 inches. But, well, I'd actually like to catch the little ones, but I can't get the daggum little ones to bite. So I thought if only the big ones are going to bite, I'll throw some big baits out there. No, not here. Now over at Walker Creek, real bad. Uh, where all that brush and stuff come in. Over here, I'm staying inside the weed line, and I've been pretty lucky. But over there, you'll get snagged. It's I know. Yeah, yeah. It's over there. You'll snag up, and I'm pulling roots and stuff in the trees out of the water, and even with my 60-pound line, you'll break it off. And it's just these shallow flats. When it's time, they'll be deadly. But normally, like during the summer and stuff, even over there, I'll wade out there about waist deep, then launch out and get that extra distance. Because if you're not over that ledge, if you're not in the deeper water, and it may be only 2 foot of water difference, but that's where the fish are at and they're feeding them. So far, earlier in the year, I was catching them good here and catching big ones. And it was real windy though. I basically got blown off the lake, but that day they were tearing it up. And well, see, we've had such a north wind for so long. Today's actually our first day we've had a south wind. So I'm kind of wondering if they're kind of slow working their way back here. Uh, but like over by Chisholm, uh, there's a lot of coves over in there that you can get on, and I've caught them over there. But I just keep moving around trying to chase them. Uh, yeah, uh, I went over. May have been last week. I went over by Collins Slough where the creeks come in. Because during the spring when they spawn, they like that shit because it's just a huge shallow flat. And I went over there and ended up catching one. It's still a little early, but I don't know. Yeah. Right now, I'm just trying to find them. Everyone, normally during the winter, everyone catches them deep, but I haven't caught any of them deep this year until last weekend. Last weekend's the first time I caught them in there in the deep water, and like I say, they were just butterball fat. And we had that north wind, so I went up towards the dam and went up in there and caught them. Kind of hoping they'll do something. But like I say, I've caught them back in here too. A lot of times you'll catch them big ones cruising the shallow water feeding, and I'm just waiting for something. Well, I try and avoid it because the brush where the lake was down, but anymore on this lake, because they didn't clean none of it out when it was down. And now that it's up, if you're going to bank fish, there's very few spots you can fish without all this crap. But I done good over by that island where you can pull straight into the water. But it's so thick with these willows and stuff, there ain't no way you can fish it. And it's a great spot because them fish used to make their holes up in the side of that island. And you can catch some nice ones over there. But if you throw out there, you ain't bringing it back. Y'all too. I hope y'all can find some. It's been pretty slow right now. Yeah. Yeah. Being locked up, that snow and that ice, that pretty well sucks. I know my wife is glad I got to go fishing. She got rid of me for a little bit. Yep. You want to test a relationship, spend 24 hours a day for 7 days in the house locked up together. Yeah. Good luck, guys. Y'all have a good one. Hey, Georgia. Hi, Dan. JNS. We're back at it. I moved to another spot. Had a couple other guys down here come through. I didn't want to miss an opportunity to shoot the bull with them. We're probably going to give it an hour and a half here. If nothing else happens, we're going to move again. But I'm just trying to locate some eater fish. So far, big fish have been the only thing that's hit today. I had that one big fish that hit and nothing else. That wind's starting to pick up. Kind of using my body to try and block the wind off the phone. So if it gets too bad, guys, the wind noise, y'all let me know. I know that other spot wasn't paying off. Like I said, the bite was slow. Last time it was slow over there, I come over here and it was on fire. But so far, it's slow here too. This is the first day the wind's been out of the south, like I say. So this spot don't work out. I may end up over there where I was catching them last week and try some of the deeper water on the uh, south end of the lake. See if they're still up in there. Looks like something just knocked some slack into this. Kind of testing the waters. I got pretty good sized bait out there on all of them. Hey, Larry, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Air Run, you getting a sunburn? I'm pretty dark. I don't sunburn. I've got pretty good size bait out there, but if I keep getting bites on it and them not taking it, at least I'll know there's some smaller fish in here. I may downsize the bait, see what happens. We're really looking for some eaters. I won't keep anything 10 pounds or over. It's got to be under 10 pounds before I'll take it to the house. Anyone else been out fishing today? I know Air Run's been out fishing. Air Run, have you been catching any fish? Be dark skinned by the time Easter's here. I'm like this all the time, Air Run. When I get tanned, I'll get really dark. J&S, you're going to fish hard tomorrow? I plan on it too. My wife said she was coming one way or another. Uh, may get out early in the morning or go later this evening and catch me some live bluegill, just in case there's a flathead swimming around. It's not really that hot out here today where I'm at. We've got 13, 14 mile an hour winds blowing, so that makes it a lot nicer to easier to bear. I'm to knock a little slack back into that one again. I hope it ain't a stinking turtle. So far this year, every time I've used a big piece of cut bait, uh, snapping turtles is what I seem to attract. Hey, Garrett C., how you doing? Appreciate you stopping in. That boat's moving across the water pretty good. Looks like he's going to go up and round the corner, back up where the creek's running at. I did try that a couple of weeks ago over there. It's a big, shallow flat. They love to spawn in there. Uh, most of it's about 4 foot deep, and I did catch one over there, but that was it. Like I say, it was a little bit early, and may end up taking the wife over there for a little bit tomorrow. I'd like to get them dialed up, figure out where they're at, where they're feeding at, and well, I kind of got a good idea where to take her tomorrow because I'd sure like to see her get on some fish, especially being her first trip out this year. I kind of miss her coming with me. My wife is my favorite fishing buddy. I love fishing with her. They should be opening up a lot of the campgrounds around this lake. Oh, there went a nice little nibble. I know sometimes you can get on them campgrounds and catch them up in the shallow waters around them real good. He bumped that rod just enough to vibrate it, and I seen the line start to pull the slack out of it, but that was it. He's going to have to get a little more aggressive than that to get my attention. Been kind of a slow bite today for some reason. I figured with that temperature getting up to 70 today, it'd really kick them off. Still great to be out, even though I'm not catching. It's nice to be outside, feel that sun. What them two guys I was talking to were doing. They said they're not fishing yet. They're just out looking around. Been rough today. I'm not going to complain though. That fish I caught in the first live was worth the trip, but I still like having action. Even if they're small fish, I like to catch them. Two of the smaller rods I got are some of the old school ugly sticks, and they're only medium action. And I got 6,500 wide spools on them Abu Garcias, and uh, you can catch them 5, 6, 10 pounders on them, and it's a lot of fun. You really get a good fight. Hey, Sharp. Shark TV has entered the building. I know while I'm thinking about it, I better turn my do not disturb on. Because sure enough, if I don't turn that do not disturb on, someone will call right in the middle of something. Come on, fishies. I'm going to get a drink real quick, guys. I can go a long time without eating, guys, but I got to have my liquid. I got to have something to drink. Yeah, J&S, a light tackle. They don't have to be monsters to be fun to catch. Uh, them medium action rods, I've caught 30 and 40 pounders on them. They will handle it. Uh, but you can catch the 3 and 4 pounders on them too. Be nice to catch about a 30 or 40 pound flathead. I'm ready to get that first flathead of the year. All it takes is one. You ever catch one flathead, you'll be hunting them the rest of your life. They are very, very addictive. I like catching the big blues too, but them flathead, they are a powerhouse. Hey, Art, how are you doing? Aaron, have you caught anything yet today? Yeah, DMV tried last night. Uh, he'll generally catch fish, even if they're not big fish. He will catch fish. So I like DMV. I like watching him. Uh, a lot of those guys go through a lot of effort to bring the live streams to y'all guys. Uh, Not everyone's as lucky to pull up right to the edge of the water like I am here. Uh, them guys have wagons and have to pack all that stuff in, and then after they're done, pack it all out. So those guys put a lot of work into it, just like Chunky. Uh, he's got a great show, but he puts a lot of work in to bring that show to us. And I always go in, try and show them guys respect and love because they go through a lot to put that stream on. And you never know until you go fishing what's going to happen. 5 crappie, 4 small ones, and a 9 so far. But Justin caught 2 blues, about 10 pounds. Justin caught 2 blues at 10 a.m. I'd like to catch some more blues. I'm probably fixing to have to move spots and get out of this wind. I don't know if y'all can hear it in the camera or not. Hey, Alan, I'm trying to block the wind off of you, but you can see it's blowing pretty hard. And the wind's blowing so hard it's actually pulling my sinkers off bottom. Had some kind of little fish just come up, crappie, hybrid, something, about 20 foot off the bank. There's a lot of weeds and stuff washed up along the bank here. So I thought it might have been a good spot to fish because a lot of times when you see all that weed and stuff uh, in the water, you'll see the shad. And everybody knows if you find that bait, you will find the fish. But I start seeing shad come up in here, I'm gonna break out that 7-foot cast net, see if we can't ruin their day for them. Good, JS. I'm glad you're not hearing any wind noise. I'm using my big fat body to try and block the wind off the phone. I've got it inside the vehicle and kind of using my body as a wind block also. I don't know what happened here, but I don't know if the waves got real rough or what, but I see 2 big old chunks of the bank that have broke off and fell off where it's starting to erode away. May have just been big waves kept pounding them. Gonna break out the kayak there, Run. I'm too big and too fat and too clumsy for a kayak. I can already tell you where that's gonna go. I'm stove up and don't move very good. I would look like an elephant trying to ice skate on that kayak. There was a guy out today, the other spot I was fishing. He brought his kayak out and was up under the bridge in that deep channel out there crappie fishing. I don't know if he did any good or not. It won't be long. They'll be pulled in there thick in that channel and all up along the rock bridge and then willow tree roots. There's thousands of them willow trees that grew up when our lake went down. You can see some of them in the water here. There's a bunch of them back here. But when it comes time to spawn, them crappie will pull up into them root systems. That wind is definitely picking up back over here. I can see the lake starting to whitecap. There was a guy fishing that deep channel right there at the bridge when I got here, but looks like he gave up and left also. I'm stubborn. I don't give up easy. I'll keep moving around trying to get one to bite. Figure I'll get it a little bit longer here, and then I'll go try somewhere else. I know when the wind gets real bad right here, you can pull up about 100 yards farther down into this cove. It's got a big, nice open spot in there. Would be excellent for camping, and it's got a hill on the front side of it, so you're down in this hole, and it helps block all that wind off there. It'll be white capping out here, and you can go in there and really blocks the wind off of you and makes it nice, but only if the fish are in there feeding. But straight across from me wraps up, and the cove goes in there, and there's just lots and lots of standing timber in that water. But a guy could go up there in that standing timber in that channel and tear them up. They've been really holding the structure so far this year. It doesn't matter if it's just little shrub brush, the willow trees and stuff, or rock piles or whatever. They're really sticking tight to the cover so far this year. Oop, we just had a bite there. Trying at it. He bumped it a couple of times. He's not big enough to get that bait in his mouth, I bet. He just bumped it again. Buddy, you're going to have to get big or get mean, one of the two. If you want it bad enough, you'll work it in your mouth. There he went. He's trying at it. Pulled that bait away from him a little bit. See if he'll get aggressive with it. He's trying. I just don't think he's big enough to get that big chunk of bait in his mouth. I have to end up downsizing my baits, which I'm okay with that today because I'm actually after the eater fish. That was the first good sign of life. They're definitely going to have to do better than that, though. If that fish is only about 2 to 3 pounds, he may have a hard time getting that big bait. If you don't come back for it, we'll reel it in and check the bait and change it out. Dave, on all 4 of them right now, they're just Carolina rig, about an 18-inch leader, and circle rod hooks. Eight-aught circle hooks, the smallest I use. So you can catch the small ones on it too. Kind of what that one acted like. He was hitting it. I just don't think he could get the bait in his mouth. He probably sat there and kept hitting it till he got that bait gut pocket out. Hey, Haz, how's it going? You ain't out on the boat today, Haz? Hey, big cat, I didn't know you were in here. Sorry, I missed you. River's flooded out up there. Yeah, when I was watching DMV, man, he had a lot of stuff coming down river. It was pretty bad. He kept trying to cast out, and it just washed his line back to the side. You got current like that coming down that river, you need a lot of weight to hold it. Your boy Troy catfishing. Hey, welcome. Yeah, as it looked like there was a bunch of trees and stuff coming down there. That's one thing about fishing the lakes. I don't have the trees and stuff coming by. Did have a little beaver swim by me this morning. He was as shocked to see me as I was to see him. Yeah, that fiberglass hull boat, uh, them trees work a number on that hull. Yeah, Dave. Uh, that Potomac stays up like that, they're gonna have to get a hold of Epic or Tim Scott and get on some of them donkey weights. It was rolling pretty good. Didn't have to worry about no kayakers going by though and getting in his line. That pretty well shut the kayakers down. Them fish would bite. It'd be a perfect day. 70 degrees. Got some wind, but not too much. Keeps you from sweating your behind off with that breeze blowing. Just can't get the fish to bite. Gonna take it a couple of days before it goes down enough you can fish it half. Hopefully it'll be cleared out when Chunky goes live. For some reason, Chunky can find every tree in that river. It'll just sit there. A lot of the spots he gets there, just got that circling current. It just keeps bringing the trees right back. Hey, Georgia, how you doing? Guys, I'm going to give this spot about 10 more minutes. Nothing happens in 10 minutes. I'm going to pack it up and go to another spot before I run out of daylight. Try and get on some active fish. 10 minutes, that'll give us an hour here. They were hungry and wanted it. An hour's plenty long enough. If it was cold, I'd give them a little bit longer, but warm as our temperatures have been, we've been in the 60s, and today's 70. Uh, they should start to get more active. So we'll go try a different spot last part of the day. Hey, Donald, welcome back. You hit that one. Soft as they're hitting, I wonder if it's actually something hitting the bait or if they're a carp or something small like that up in here swimming around hitting the line. There it goes. If he decides to come back. I think whatever it is, it's just too small to get that bait. Give it a little slack and see if it'll take off with it. Kind of hitting like a channel cat. Maybe what all that pecking is over here. It may be channel cat. He ain't coming back for it. Yeah. He sat there and picked all the gut pocket out of it. Bet that's the exact same thing you did on that other rod. Yep. I think that's a little channel cat guy. He's just moving rod to rod, picking the gut pockets out of it. Hey, Chad, how's it going? Guys, we've been live for almost an hour with only a couple of little channel cat pecking around. I'm going to shut this off, load up, move to another spot, and at least get one more spot in before I run out of daylight. It'll take me probably 30 minutes to an hour to get moved around, but I will be back live. So I'll catch y'all then. Thanks everyone for coming in.